LeBron, Tony Zarella, Cleveland 19. If I could shift gears now to the sports and politics continuing
For sure.
to collide.
For sure.
We're seeing more and more groups, but in actually more peaceful, larger groups in the NFL, certainly.
Yeah.
You spoke out the other day. Are you hopeful that positive change is coming, or do you feel the divide is growing greater?
Well, first of all, I salute, like I said yesterday, if you guys see my social media platform, I salute the NFL, the coaches, the players, the owners, the fans, everyone that had anything or any association with the NFL yesterday. It was unbelievable. It was solidarity, and there was no divide. There's no divide, even from that guy that continues to try to divide us as people. And like I said on one of my social media platforms a couple days ago, the thing that kind of frustrated me and pissed me off a little bit is the fact that he's now he used sport. He used the sports platform to try to divide us. And sports is so amazing what sports can do for everyone, no matter the shape or size or race or ethnicity or religion or whatever. People find teams, people find players, people find colors because of sport, and they just gravitate towards that, and it just make them so happy. And it brings people together like none other. And I'm not going to let, while I have this platform, to let one individual, no matter the power, no matter the impact that he should have or she should have, ever use sport as a platform to divide us. And then you go to the other side, and when you don't talk about sports, and they try to divide us from that side as well. And the one thing that I can say and just think about is how can we personally, throughout everything that guy is doing, no matter if you voted for him or not, you may have made a mistake, and that's okay. If you voted for him, it's okay. I mean, I've done things for my kids and realized I shouldn't have gave my daughter that many damn Skittles. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. She won't go to sleep now. Can we sit up here and say that I'm trying to make a difference? And can we sit up here and say that I can look myself in the mirror and say that I want the best for the American people, no matter the skin color, no matter the race, no matter how tall or athletic you are or whatever the case may be? Can we sit up here and say that we are trying to make a difference? Because we know this is the greatest country in the world. It's the land of the free. But we still have problems just like everybody else. And when we have those problems, we have to figure out a way how we come together and be as great as we can be as the people. Because the people run this country, not one individual, and damn sure not him. So as I got this platform and as I have a way to inspire and I have a way for my word to be bond. I will lend my voice, I will lend my passion, I will lend my money, I will lend my resources to my youth in my inner city and outside of my inner city to let these kids know that, there is hope, there's greater walks of life, and not one individual, no matter if it's the President of the United States or if it's someone in your household, can stop your dreams from becoming reality. And it's that simple. Or maybe not that simple if you can't appreciate it.
Hey, Bron, Tom Withers, AP again. Is there any regret that you got into a name-calling situation with the president?
No. A name calling? What'd I say? Let me hear you say it.
Called him a bum.
It's not a name call. It's no, you bum. Me and my friends call each other that all the time. I'm not his friend though. I don't want to see that on the note. He's not my friend.
Hey,
no. That was the first thing that when I woke up and saw what he said about Steph Curry. First of all, it's so funny because it's like you invite me to your party, right? But matter of fact, it's not like you invited me. It's almost like, Tom, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm not coming. And then you'd be like, hey, LeBron, guess what? You're not invited. I wasn't coming anyways. So that was funny to me when I woke up and saw that. So my first initial response was, you bum. I can't. First of all, you don't understand the magnitude, and you don't understand. He doesn't understand the power that he has for being the leader of this beautiful country. He doesn't understand how many kids, no matter the race, look up to the President of the United States for guidance, for leadership, for words of encouragement. He doesn't understand that. And that's what makes me more sick than anything, that we have someone this is the number one position in the world. Do you guys agree? Being the President of the United States is the most powerful position in the world. I don't know of another one. And if you can find one, let me know. It's the most powerful position in the world. And we are at a time where the most powerful position in the world has an opportunity to bring us closer together as a people and inspire the youth and put the youth at ease on saying that it is okay for me to walk down the street and not be judged because of the color of my skin or because of my race. And he has no recollection of that, and he doesn't even care. Maybe he does, but he doesn't care. So, do I take away? Do I just say take away you bum off my? No, because if I did, I would have deleted my tweet.
Do you find is there a positive in all this, Bron, in that
absolutely the conversation,
he's awakened people and conversations are happening? The
conversation has happened. Me, D-Wade, Melo, and CP stood on the biggest night of sports at the ESPYs. Stood on the stage. That's the biggest night in sports where all our colleagues from all over the world, all the sports and champions and people who've been praised all over the world for their accomplishment over that last year. And we stood on stage and we understood the magnitude that we were headed into. So I love the fact that the conversation has started. I watched Sunday Countdown yesterday at 10 o'clock. And for the first 20 minutes, Charles Woodson, Rex Ryan, Randy Moss, those guys all sat up there and talked about it for 30 minutes. And Rex Ryan, if you guys saw it, said he supported Trump in the beginning. And he voted for Trump and gave Trump money and actually had a rally for Trump. And he said he don't know if he made the right choice. So the conversation is being had.
LeBron, Scott Sargent, WFNY. You started off your kind of presentation about the unifying measures in the NFL and how proud you were to see that. A lot can change between now and October 17th, but do you foresee anything like that trickling down through the NBA?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if something trickled down to the NBA if no change happened between now and the 17th. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. You live and work in a state in which the majority of voters voted for the current president, many of whom probably had valid reasons beyond his Twitter account or his social graces. How do you reconcile having called that choice a mistake, that many of those people are also Cavaliers fans?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. At the end of the day, like I said, you can. I don't think a lot of people was educated, and I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have when it becomes vote time. That people are just not educated on either the individual or what's actually going on in the state of the world right now. Not like that particular state, but in the state of the world. I don't think a lot of people are educated. And they make choices and say things that's uneducated. And am I saying that the people of Ohio wasn't educated? Am I saying that some of the other states that voted for him was uneducated? They could have been or they could not have been. but that doesn't mean that it was the right choice. I mean, you can go back into the history of time of sports and say the same thing, because we keep bringing sports and politics into it. So you can look back at some of the greatest drafts of all time and say that, okay, did the Trailblazers make the right choice when they took Sam Bowie? I mean, can we all sit up here and say that they should have took Michael Jordan? Yes or no? So, you know, for me as a professional athlete in this state, and even though this state voted for Trump, that doesn't stop me inspiring the people of this state and inspiring the youth. Because I would be even more at wrong if I started to down the people of Ohio. That makes zero sense. My job is, and my calling is much bigger than that guy. I don't even like saying his name. So while I have this platform, I will continue to inspire the state of Ohio, not only by what I do on the floor, but also by putting 1,300 kids in the school and spending almost $45 million.
LeBron, Harry Boomer, Channel 19, how are you?
Fantastic.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Question for you. You join a long line of African-American athletes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, in speaking out. There have been others who have supposedly looked at the bottom line and said it is not advantageous for me dollar-wise to speak up and speak out on issues that could be divisive. Your thoughts on the monetary aspect of if you think you might lose some money, or do you really care about that at this point?
I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for none other. I definitely know the people that's paved the way for myself today. And you talk about guys like, you know, Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown and, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Russell, Jesse Owens, Jackie Robinson, Austin Carr. These guys paved the way for guys like myself, where I can feel confident about my words. I can feel confident about what I say, and hopefully that it hits home for somebody. I don't really get involved into the money issue thing, you know, because I'm doing okay for myself. I'm doing okay for myself. My family's doing okay. But even if we weren't doing okay financially, I would still be trying to find a way to just better the youth and inspire the youth. So, but like I said, I can only speak for myself.
Thank you. Nolan from the Medina.
You turn his mic up.
Rick Nolan from the Medina Gazette. If things aren't improved by the 17th, could you ever see yourself doing something a la the NFL, or taking a knee during the anthem, or how would you feel if you didn't do it, if any of your teammates did?
Listen, I think we all have the right to express our feelings about whatever that's going on in that particular time, and I can respect that from my teammate or respect that from anybody in the league. You know, for me personally, my voice, for me personally, is more important than my knee. I talk to you guys every single day, and what I say, I think it should hit home for a lot of people and know where I stand. I don't believe that I have to get on my knee for me to even further what I'm talking about. But I don't down anybody that's doing it in the NFL. I salute Colin Kaepernick for being as powerful as he was and being the one that he had to fall on the sword, unfortunately. And I hate that. And I hope that some NFL owner, I wish I owned an NFL team right now, I'll sign him today. But I'm not. But I think my voice and what I do in my community and what I stand for, I don't think that I have to show you guys more by getting on a knee or doing something else or trying to create something else. But I think it's powerful what all these athletes are doing. You know, we even had the first baseball player to do it 2 nights ago, I believe, wasn't it? 2 nights ago? That's phenomenal. So, you know, I commend these guys, and I commend everybody that's just trying to make a difference. Because it's not about, we need to get this. It's not about the disrespect of the flag and our military and everybody that has made this world free. It is about equality and people having the option and the freedom to speak upon things that they feel that's not unjust. It's not about the disrespect of the flag. And I hope if anybody have anyone here that has any family members in the military or anybody that's ever been in any walks of life to try to save this world, because I do not. I have no family members. But I do understand that this is not a disrespect to the men and women who have served our world to help us become free. It's not about that. And the people that's trying to divide us are the ones who are trying to say that is a disrespect to the military families and to the people who served our country. It is not about that. It's the furthest away from that. Sorry.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. You've made your feelings abundantly clear on the president. Dan has an opposite view, obviously. He's been a financial supporter of Trump. He was at the White House in June. Donald called him a good friend, I believe. Has that had any impact on your relationship with him, and is that anything that you guys have discussed?
We have not discussed it face to face. It has no impact. I think if, just things when you put yourself in a position, like that, to even stand close to the guy like that, I think he will call. If anyone stand next to that guy, I think he will all say, you guys are close friends. He doesn't even know you. Just thinking that's just how irrational his mind is. I can't speak for Dan. He's his own man, and I can't speak for the situation that happened. I can't speak for that, and he can tell you about that. But I think for me as a player of this franchise, then I got to just continue to do what I can do to help better this better this team, better the conversation, and continue to inspire. But I can't. It hasn't changed my relationship, and it hasn't changed my outlook on the situation.